Welcome back to another video. As always, we've got a long list of projects to knock out today. To start off, I'm going to be mounting my Danforth anchor to the bow pulpit, and that's going to be my secondary anchor along with the Mantis. And to do so, I've got this mount here, and big thanks to Terry Baker. He sent this to me from my Amazon wish list. So I appreciate that. We're going to get this mounted up and see how it looks there on the pulpit. And next project, I've got my, I think they call it the cowling for my outboard. And for your navigation lights, I've just had the front, the bow, red and green. I've got this is a white all-around stern light. And I was talking about mounting it to the transom, but a commenter said, just why don't you put it on your outboard? Makes a lot more sense. So I've got this mount here. I think I'm going to try to drill it in and bolt it here. And then once I do that, this will stick up there off the back of the outboard. So we'll give it a try and see how it looks. I want to give a shout out to Eric who sent me this hex key set. Really appreciate it. This is what I was using before. You can tell they're getting pretty rusty. So these are a big upgrade and coming in very handy here. Thank you, Eric. And don't worry, I am aware I used non-lock nuts on the back. I've got some Loctite coming in the mail, so I will put that on there when it comes in. But we're going to be doing a dinghy ride tonight to shore, do some lingerie, as always. And so we'll get to give this a good test then. But I think this is a great idea. Thank you to the person who commented. I like that a lot better than being on the transom. And that way it'll turn with the outboard too. So, looks pretty solid. Next project I want to work on is setting up. I've got this new mooring shackle, and big thank you to Mike Giberson who sent me this. Also big thanks to him, he sent me this new GoPro that I'm using to film this, so really appreciate that. I'm going to, with this mooring shackle, I'm going to set it up where I've got my snubber lines, so then if I decide to go sailing, I can, using this, you can twist it to unlock it and then pull it out and it'll pop the shackle open. And then you can detach and I can leave the big anchor here, sail around the bay, and then come back. So we'll get this set up and ride on it for a couple days and see how it holds. So a quick walkthrough of what I've set up here. Yet to test it, so we'll see if it works, but I've got the chain coming up. Got it tied to both ends of this float, so this will be my DIY mooring ball. Then on the end, I have the stainless steel shackle, which comes with this mooring shackle. That has my snubber on the end of it, and this will be what ties off to the boat, and I'll keep this on the boat. Both sides of the snubber tied off. You can see it around the nose, the bow of the boat, to the mooring shackle, onto the chain float, and then this is my line that comes off that I would use to grab. Quite a bit longer probably than it needs to be, so one thing to do is I'll probably shorten this down. You can see I could motor up with the boat and then reach out with the boat hook, grab that line, pull that up, and that's what I would use to pull the chain up, so then I could attach that mooring shackle on. I think it looks really good, and what I'm going to do, since I'm going to be on here a long time, is I'll probably go ahead and just tie off another line to the chain using a hitch and roll that to my big cleat down in the anchor locker, just because it's always good to have more than one attachment, just in case, you know, anything were to fail. But this shackle looks really strong and sturdy, and I think this is a great setup. It'll allow me to actually unhook from the huge anchor, sail around, And then I can get this mantis set up as well, so I could maybe spend a night over there or sail down a few islands on my weekend, hang out there. So cool setup. I really appreciate everyone for the parts. Big thanks to Mike Giberson for sending me that mooring shackle, and also for this GoPro, like I said earlier. So exciting stuff. We're gonna go get that boat hook, or else I'd be sailing right now and trying it out. Made it back to the boat after doing laundry. Got about 2 hours till sunsets, and I'm gonna try this new mooring setup I've made. And so to do so, obviously got a good excuse to go sailing. Got the engine fired up. Gonna toss you on the head cam, and we will get unhooked from this mooring and then get the jib raised. Probably won't do the main today just because it's a lot of work to get it packed and unpacked, but we'll just sail around the anchorage here and then reapproach and see if we can get hooked back up easy enough. So I'm here on the bow, and we mounted this Danforth this morning. I'm noticing though, I think we might have an issue. You see how the jib rubs off the pulpit here? That is not a good corner to be rubbing a sail into. So I'm gonna see if maybe we move it down one more, and then it would be about in this area. I think that will work a little better. But sailing great, getting about 3 knots I think. Got the autopilot running, she's doing great. We'll probably do another pass or 2 around and then tie back off to the mooring ball there. But it's good to be back out, feels nice. Am I quick enough? No! Ah, there goes my pole. I will be able to retrieve it once I get this sail pulled in. So the sail went great. It was only out there maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, but that was a lot of fun. Good to try it out, see how the mooring works. That Shackle, super cool idea. We'll see how long it lasts, like holds up in the elements, but you just pull up on your mooring, and if your bridle's already, snap that on, take it off, just unclip it. It's got a locking mechanism, so you can twist the pin, so you can't just pull it out. Very cool. And then tonight we'll try the dinghy lights out, and I got a couple other nighttime items we'll give it a go for, but it was a good test, I'd say. It is dark now here, and want to give another shout out to Terry for the headlamp. Really appreciate it. It's a new one. Got red and white. And this one's waterproof. My last one was not, so it was starting to die on me. So really appreciate that. And another nighttime cool thing I'll show you. I'm gonna give a shout out to Jerry. We got Terry and Jerry tonight, but he hooked me up with this. See if we can tell. This cool torch light, LED. You can see how dark it is, and it just lights up the whole night. There's an island over here. Let's see if you can see it on video, but it lights up the entire island. You can actually see the land. So big upgrade having this sailing at night. You can spot things out there, other boats where you're going. So thank you to Jerry for that. And now I'm going to take you out to the dinghy. We will get these lights mounted, try out this stern light, and see how it looks at night. So the stern light on the dinghy looks pretty good. We'll have to actually try taking it out, see how it rides. I think that's going to work out well. But that's going to wrap it up for this week. I appreciate you guys watching and tagging along for all the projects we're working on. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who bought some things from my Amazon wish list. I really appreciate all of that. I had put just a few things on there, and within like an hour of putting out the video, y'all had bought them all. And so I added some more things, and you guys have been very generous, so I really appreciate that. If I didn't mention your items or show them in this video, they're probably still on the way, and I will include those in the next video as I receive them. I want to give another big shout out to my Patreon subscribers. I appreciate the support from all of you all. To thank you all for your support on my adventure, I want to bring you along for the adventure in a way. So I've been writing everybody's names on the back of my boat to bring you along for that adventure. So I really appreciate each and every one of you, and if you all want to support my adventure, take a look at the links down in the description. My goal is next year, or about January, to head to the Bahamas and sail there for a while. And so I appreciate you watching, and that's going to wrap it up. I'll see you in the next video.